welcome viewer to the Ranger Chamber. It's now time for this week's News from the Grid.
Hello Ranger Nation and welcome to News from the Grid, your weekly update of Power Rangers and Super Sentai news right here on the Ranger Chamber YouTube channel. With your hosts from the Ranger Chamber team, of course, Joe, that's me, and I'm joined by this guy, this fabulous boyfriend of mine.
Hi everybody, I'm Gary, it's great to be back.
Yes, we're back once again this week with more Power Rangers and Super Sentai news. Well, we've got quite a few articles to get through, so let's make a start. And we're kicking things off, as usual, with our main headline. And this main headline is a little different, and you'll see why. So this week, on Monday, it was the start of shops, non-essential shops starting to ease up, and there was also hairdressers and etc. etc. But this week on Monday, a lot of non-essential shops started to ease up in England, and non-essential shops started to ease up, including toy and comic stores. Many Power Ranger fans and collectors are eager to get back into check out what Power Ranger merchandise is available at their local stores, toy stores and comic stores. And of course, this is really awesome. I mean, I personally love going into stores and seeing what Power Ranger products are available. Gary, care to comment?
I know we have got a friend of ours, Scott Balinke, and he went into his very own, I do believe was
instead of telling them, let's show them. We now go over to our reporter Scott with more, who has more. So please now face your attention to the screen.
This is Scott reporting from News from the Grid. As you can see, I'm here at In Demand Toys, and I have been in there for the grand reopening to look at their massive stock of Power Rangers Lightning Collection. They have wonderful items there. Many Power Rangers fans and collectors have been anticipating when toys and comic book stores were to reopen again to keep collecting their much-loved Power Rangers products. The store owner, Nick Wells of In Demand Toys, had this to say.
Well, as we're in a brand new shop, getting the shop open is amazing. Nice to see old customers and new customers all coming to the new shop. Everyone seems to be enjoying it. Lots more space, lots more products. So yes, great. Can't wait for it to continue.
There you go. So if you want anything from In Demand Toys, follow them on social media and their website in the description below. And so this is Scott reporting from News from the Grid in Norwich in Norfolk.
Thanks, Scott. What a great report. And of course, as with Ranger Nation, with any kind of Power Ranger products we find in local toy stores in the UK or America, we'll be sure to post them on our page. And don't forget, we have a brand new set of videos coming up called Power Rangers Search Videos. So if you are curious to know what Power Ranger toys are available in your area, well, then all you gotta do is check out that video, or if there's an area you'd like us to check out for Power Ranger products, let us know. Or maybe there's, or maybe there's Power Ranger products in your area that you would like to check out. Okay, I need to have a quick drink. So Gary, why don't you pass us over onto our next segment?
Well, Ranger Nation, I'm proud to give you our TV and movie news for this week. And yes, it is official. Campbell Cooley, voice actor who voiced Scrozzle in Beast Morphers, is back. And he will be voicing a villain on Dino Fury.
Well, not necessarily. Allow us to. Well, this is only a guess. Well, as you may see on the screen here, Ranger Nation, Campbell Cooley received an invitation for a Power Rangers Dino Fury screening, where only the cast and crew of Power Rangers Dino Fury got this invitation. So Campbell Cooley posted this invitation on his Instagram. Well, yeah, I think it would have been his Instagram along with his Twitter as well. So it just begs the question, does that mean that Campbell Cooley is featured in the series itself?
I hope so.
Well, most cast and cast and members and crew got this invitation. So does that mean Campbell Cooley will be voicing a character in Power Rangers Dino Fury? Well, as always, Ranger Nation, stay tuned to us. Stay tuned to News from the Grid as we find out more information. And remember that we will also be interviewing Campbell Cooley next week. So be sure to get your fan questions into us before the 21st of April for a chance to get your questions asked. Okay, so yeah, Gary, what kind of character do you think that Campbell Cooley would voice in Power Rangers? Another villain, perhaps?
It's got to be. He's voiced so many villains in Power Rangers history, but I would like to see him play a time.
I bet he's going to voice the magician villain character. If he does, I will love that, because I always loved the magician villain character from Ria Soldier. So that'd be so cool. So yeah, I think that would be really, really cool if he voiced that character in particular. Anyway, so that's our TV movie news. It's more TV news, but there you go. So now I'll take us over to our next segment. It is Super Sentai. Super Sentai. Oh, yes. So Super Sentai news. Well, with Super Sentai news, this week, images were posted on social media of 2 brand new Zenkaijas. One was revealed by the official Zenkaija Twitter account, which was a villain, a Zenkaija character based on Battle Japan from the Super Sentai series Battle Fever. And this is the evil Zenkaija. So we got an evil ranger for the series, and it's purple coloured. Well, you can see the image on your on the screen now, and he just looked pretty cool. And he's supposed to be the son of one of the generals, I believe. I haven't really watched Zenkaija, but I've seen clips of it, and it does look pretty cool, which surprised me actually, because I was a bit skeptical of this series, but I'm starting to warm up to it. It's pretty cool. And yes, now, Gary, I believe you have our second Ranger, our second Zenkaija. What is the name of this new Zenkaija? Oh yeah, sorry. The villain one is called Stace Kaiser. Don't ask. That's basically this Purple Ranger evil villain. But Gary, I believe you have the next one after I mentioned the Battle Fever stuff.
Oh yes. Oh yes. The toy car who is based off the Goja Ranger. I can't speak Chinese.
The Ranger character is basically called GoldKingRanger, who's based on a gold GoldKingRanger Ranger. So, as you may recall, GoldKingRanger was the 35th anniversary Super Sentai season, and GoldKingRanger is very, very, very popular in the community. So it's really cool to have, and it's really great to finally see the 6th Ranger of the Zenkaija team. And we have an image right here, and he looks really cool. Now, this image comes from the toy packaging for the weapon morpher, the transforming device of the GoldKingRanger. Now, he's called GoldKingRanger because he has 2 power-up modes based on 2 different Super Sentai teams, or Power Ranger teams in our case, but you'll see. First of all, we have this one, which is called, we don't really have a proper name for it as of yet of this article, but we have one where this mode is based on Shikenja, which is Power Rangers Samurai / Super Samurai. And he looks really awesome with the gold and the red all together, with the red sort of Super Samurai cape. And it just looks really cool. And I like that.
I agree.
Yeah. And the next one is based on O-Ranger, which is Power Rangers Zeo. And he's looking blue. He's got a bit of blue and silver, and he's got like a skirt thing with all the Zeo symbols on there, which is pretty cool. And so I think it's fair to say that the Tukaija is going to be pirate themed. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then this one was revealed on the Toys R Us Japan website through toy images and packaging. So you saw the images of the different of the figure and the toy itself. So you see in the toy the morpher device, the figures that represent the different modes, and the art, and obviously the photography of the gold Tukaija on the packaging box of the morpher / weapon thing, which is pretty cool. So it'd be interesting to see how, where the Sentai gears go in that morpher. But I do know there is a pirate wheel on the side, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that is Super Sentai news for this week. And it's nice to have some Super Sentai news to report to you guys. So I think it's time to move on to our next segment. And I'll pass you over to Gary. What is our next segment, Gary?
It is one of your favourites, honey. It is comic news.
Yay! And what's our comic news for this week?
Oh, how about Go Power Rangers?
Yeah, sorry, we get a bit carried away. Don't mind us. We're just two gay geeks about our Power Rangers.
6 revealed. Well, released.
Yes, you are correct. This week, we had the release of issue 6 of the Mighty Morphin comic by Boom Studios as the follow-up to Mighty Morphin Power Ranger comics. Because as fans may recall, we have now got 2 sets of comics to collect, Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin follows the lines of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers generic team, being obviously, Red Ranger, Blue Ranger, Black Ranger, Pink Ranger, the season 2 team, as it were, but whereas Power Rangers follows the Omega Ranger team with Lord Draken. So that's interesting, isn't it? But Gary, I believe you have a little bit of information for season 6 for those who haven't read it, but obviously, spoiler alert.
Still revealing the revelation of the Green Ranger, its true identity that the new Mighty Morphin team must join with a former Ranger.
Grace Sterling? She was the original Red Ranger from 1969. But you have to read the old Power Ranger comic issue 20, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 20 comic to see that story. It was either issue 19 or issue 20. I know it was one of those two. But yeah, continue, Gary. Former Ranger. Continue on from Grace.
To save Angel Grove from a new threat tied to Zordon's surprising past. The comic is out now and to purchase in comic book stores and online.
Which is really cool. And this is really exciting. Okay, so that's our comic news for this week. So we're going to now move on to our new segment. For the first time on News from the Grid, it's time for gaming news. Woo! Gaming news. I think I have a controller. I have a controller for gaming news. So I have a controller. It's time for gaming news. Da-da. Yes, it's time for gaming news, and we have got some news for gaming news, which you can check out, well, right here. Okay, so this week we were revealed that Power Rangers Battle for the Grid will be getting 2 brand new playable characters. Ooh. There'll be none other than the the Crimson Hawk Ranger and the Blue Phoenix Ranger. Who are these two, I hear you ask? Well, they're none other than Street Fighter legends Chun-Li and Ryu, who will once again reunite with the Power Rangers in the latest crossover on Enway's Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Unlike previous collaborations, such as 2018's Power Rangers Legacy Watch, which included Ryu, Chun-Li, Akuma, Chami, and M. Bison, The latest crossover offers more than just porting the two Street Fighters into the game. The latest crossover, instead, they'll get their own Ranger suit with Chun-Li making her entrance as the Blue Phoenix Ranger and Ryu as the Crimson Hawk Ranger. Both characters will be available as part of the Street Fighter downloadable pack, which will introduce exclusive skins that the developer has yet to reveal and announce. Alternatively, you can purchase each character individually for $6 in America, so I'd imagine that's going to be about £7 quid in the UK. But as always, for Ranger Nation, we'll keep you informed of when we find out and we know for sure. Because trust me, we're going to be getting them. Because let's face it, I wanna use Crimson Hawk Ranger. The design looks so cool. And furthermore, we do have a trailer for you guys. So if you turn your attention to the screen, you can check out the trailer now.
The name's Scorpina, and I'm your worst nightmare.
It's Morphin time! Shoryuken! You must defeat my Shoryuken to stand a chance. I will keep on fighting. I know the answer lies ahead.
You ready for this? Spinning bird hit!
That was so awesome. And it brings us on to our next bit of news. What would that be? Well, Gary, I'm passing this over to you, my buddy. Well, boyfriend. You get the idea.
Well, honey, it's one of your favourite things. Another announcement about Battle for the Grids. Yeah, we are very happy to announce that Battle for the Grid is getting a Super Edition.
Oh, a Super Edition? Well, care to expand on this?
Furthermore, on gaming news, it is Power Rangers Battle for the Grid Super Edition. The latest complete version of the game, due out in May 2021, was also announced. The big package will end up costing nearly $50, $49.99.
Probably less. Maybe it will be slightly around the same. So maybe $49.99 or maybe $39.99 if in the UK. I'm guessing. Who knows? Again, we'll be posted.
Should someone not have any elements of the game yet, however, there will be the options for people who already have some versions. Anyway, confirmed, it will have upgrade kits for platforms as well. As remember, are these currently two ways to get started with Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. One, it is based off the game, which is £20. Well, $19.99. It's about £20 here. There are also the collector's edition, which I have. It gives people the main game and season 1 past characters like GoldKingRanger, Lord said the Time Force Pink Ranger. That version is $29.99.
Yes. But of course, as fans know, they can get in the UK or in America, they can get the characters individually, or they can just buy the season passes to get them all. But yeah, that would be really, really awesome. Continue. Any more to add?
Yes, there is. While the upgrade kits for Power Rangers Battle for the Grid Super Edition was mentioned, they didn't explain
explain
how
how
they
they
will be
priced.
priced, if there will be multiple options. For reference, this edition would include everything in Collector's Edition and Season 2 Pass, character Daishi, SPD Shadow Ranger, and Time Force Contrum Ranger, and Season 3 Pass characters Purple Jungle Fury, Scorpina, and Super Samurai Red Ranger.
Which is really awesome. And most people that buy Power Rangers Battle for the Grid on the Nintendo Switch end up getting a code where they can download the Super Samurai Red Ranger. Gary, did you get that code?
Not yet, because I've not actually played it.
Have you opened the case up or anything?
Yes, I have.
Okay, did you have a code leafleting inside it?
Yes, I did. I think it was for Red Ranger.
Red Samurai Ranger. Okay, awesome. Well then, I think that's all the news for this week. And yes, when is this available? Well, we're happy to Gary, when is this awesome set available, and what consoles can you get this super pack on?
Well, this will be out on the 25th of May 2021, and you can get it on PlayStation 4, Xbox, PC. I've never heard of this one. Google Stadia?
Google Stadia, and of course the Nintendo Switch as well, which is the game console we both currently play it on. Although getting it on Steam would probably be pretty cool as well. But yes, that's Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, which is available on all those different consoles. So if you haven't played it yet, go and get it. It is a really awesome, fun Power Ranger game. And a lot better than Legacy Wars.
Mm-hmm. Even though I've not. Yeah.
And I don't think you should plan to either, my darling. Not unless you want to be scammed with money stuff. Oh, and be thrown into unfair battles with players who are twice as powerful as you. But there you go. Anyways, so that is our news for the grid for this week. But before we finish up, we like to, you know what it's time for? It's time for Ranger Highlight of the Week. Okay, so Ranger Highlight of the Week. Okay, I think for me, the highlight for this week has definitely got to be Battle for the Grid, getting those 2 Street Fighter Rangers, because, okay, I didn't really like the whole Street Fighter characters being added to Power Rangers Legacy Wars, because I thought it was just totally pointless. But if they're adding just the Ranger characters to Battle for the Grid, I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. I'd rather that than having the characters not in Ranger form on the game. It just seems really pointless. But yeah, that's really cool. And I think the other highlight for me has definitely got to be the reveal of TwoKaiger, because the TwoKaiger character looks so cool. Gary, what's your Ranger highlight of the week?
Mine will have to be the announcement of the Battle for the Grid Super Edition. That's just getting me really excited, because it's 3 days before my birthday.
And on Naturally Ranger Nation, we hope to do some content of Power Rangers Battle for the Grid very soon. So hopefully you'll stay tuned for that. And yes, that is it for this week's News from the Grid. So we'd just like to say, remember to get in contact with us if you have any Power Rangers or Super Sentai news, whether it be fan news or mainstream news or something worth being the main headline and things like that. And don't forget, you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, which you're currently looking on right now. And we have an email address. If you have any news from the grid for us, be sure to email it to us as well. And once again, don't forget that Campbell Cooley's interview is next week. So be sure to get your questions to us on the 21st of April. And that video will be available to watch on the 26th of April. So that's really cool. And that will literally be so awesome. So we just like to say, and of course, as always, Ranger Nation, thank you so much for watching, and please do be sure to like the video, share the video, comment below. And your question of the day is, what has been your favorite article you've read so far? And if you were to add a Power Ranger or something from the Power Ranger universe to Power Ranger Battle for the Grid, what Ranger or villain or Power Ranger related character would you add to the game as a playable character? And of course, 1, 2, 3, go, subscribe! Because we got many more videos coming out right here on the Ranger Chamber. And yes, it's been a great load of fun doing this video. So thank you for watching. May the power protect you. We are Joe and Gary and Scott for our reporter. We are Joe and Gary from the Ranger Chamber team, and that is News from the Grid. Good night, everybody. I think